Hi, it's me, Julian, from the internet, and I just realized that my channel doesn't have any numbered lists yet. You know what I'm talking about, right? Videos that are like, top 10 coolest dudes, top 10 weirdest hairs. This one back here's kinda weird. That should be on your list, Watch Mojo. That's what the fuck? I don't know if you noticed, but the traffic light's on now. I only had one light bulb, so I had to pick really carefully. So I decided to put it in the green light. Over the years, video games and their productions have ballooned in scale and budget. So these games are like, they're playing it safe now. They're playing it kind of safe. And as a result, games are kind of getting samey. Because these games are so darn expensive, they have to appeal to as many people as possible. And that results in a lot of them not only looking kind of similar, but also playing kind of similar. Here's a good old-fashioned numbered list of tropes that I really don't like in video games. Now, to be clear, I'm not really going to talk about things like microtransactions, because while those are issues with modern games, there are also more issues with capitalism and the profit motive. So instead, I'm going to be talking about tropes that were put in video games to appeal to as many people as possible to maximize profits. Number 1! Am I going to do that? Am I gonna do a silly voice for each number? I feel gross doing that. I feel icky doing that. I don't know why. Video games are too long. If your video game is more than 12 hours, it is too long because I do not have time to play that video game. All video games should cater to me, Julian, from the internet, specifically, because I'm the one true gamer. Uncharted 4. This game is too long, alright? The last like 5 hours of this game really drag. But what's this over here? What's that? What's that? Is that Uncharted: The Lost Legacy? Is that a game that's much shorter? That's much better because it's so much shorter? They should do that more. What's wrong with me? I've been playing Spider-Man on the PS4. That game's too long. I played Spider-Man Miles Morales. This game is so much shorter. It's wonderful. This game, perfect length for a video game. A lot of these games, they have overly long missions that should have just been cut. We in the film business, I'm a film person. If you didn't know, I graduated from film school. In the film business, they have a saying, make your games as long as Spider-Man Miles Morales and not a second longer. Steven Spielberg said that, I believe. Number 9. Light RPG elements. I don't know why every game decided it needed to be an RPG. Fun fact, I don't like RPGs. I like long stories, I guess, and I like a lot of fun characters. RPGs have those things in spades, right? But you know what else they have? Numbers. So many numbers. You're playing an RPG and you're like swimming in numbers. I have to compare this weapon to this weapon and they have like several different stats to look at, and maybe this stat is higher but this stat is lower. It's, oh god, I'm overwhelmed just thinking about it. Oh no. Numbers on the screen when you're killing people, what do those numbers mean? No one knows what those numbers mean. They're little numbers. Imagine if in real life you do something and a little number comes up. A little number, a little 36 over there. Oh boy, a 36. Look at it, go put that on the fridge. Crafting? Ever since Minecraft became popular, every game has a crafting system of some sort. You gotta craft a Molotov cocktail. You gotta craft a little gadget, a little gizmo. You know what? Why don't you craft a better game? How about that? Every game has a leveling system now. Every game has a skill tree. Can we talk about the skill trees? These video games, they have skill trees that go on for miles. There's too many little guys there. Hey, you did enough shit by now, so you get 1 skill point to spend however you want, so you can feel a little bit more powerful. And it's making me make choices that I just don't care about, honestly. There's such minor things, like maybe your health increases by 25%, and honestly, these are things they could have just baked into the game world. It feels like a lazy way to make you feel stronger as you progress through the game, as opposed to actually teaching you skills or letting you find upgrades. Now, I'm not saying never do skill trees, but if you really think about what story you're trying to tell and what kind of experience you want the player to have, I guarantee that the vast majority of these AAA games that have these tropes do not need to have these tropes. Number whatever. Number something. Batman Detective Vision. Let me give you a little history lesson. Back in 2009, Batman Arkham Asylum came out. This was a very, very, very good game, and it had Batman in it, and thus it was revolutionary. This game had something called Detective Vision. It's a little technology thing in his mask, maybe? It's unclear. You turn it on, you press the button, and it highlights everything around him that he can interact with. It highlights all the goons, it tells you what their heart rate is, it tells you if they're armed or not. It's also like a bit of an X-ray thing. It looks through walls. It makes you feel cool, it makes you feel like a real detective because, as we all know, Columbo was famous for having special contact lenses that let him see through walls. For some reason, every game now has Batman's detective vision in it. Witcher 3, Geralt has his Batman mode. Spider-Man has it, Horizon Zero Dawn has it, Ghost of Tsushima has it, the Tomb Raider games have it. I feel like Rocksteady did a decent job with implementing their detective vision in the Batman games because it's very on brand for Batman, right? These other games, it feels like a lazy way to make it so that they don't have to draw your eye to certain things in an artistic manner. They can clutter the levels, environments with whatever they want, and then you can just press a little button and it'll tell you where all the important things are. If you look at a game like Portal, Portal does not have detective vision because it's very clear what you need to do. It's not too clear because it is a puzzle game and you gotta use your noggin, but it's never confusing where you're supposed to go or what you're supposed to do, and maybe that's a little unfair because that's a very linear puzzle game. So let's look at something like Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild does not have Batman's detective vision because anything that is important looks important. They do a fantastic job of drawing your eye to certain things. Number next, there's this camera angle. That's all. Every game uses this camera angle. Why does every game look like this? And I'll show you what they all look like. They all look like I'm the game guy. I'm in the bottom corner of the screen. I also have a gun, probably. This is video games. Number 2? In modern games, everyone is really sweaty. All these games, they look like this, right? They look like this or whatever. And everyone is very sweaty. And I think that's because graphics, especially for like facial animations, have gotten really advanced. And I guess to show off all this new tech, they decide to make everyone's faces really shiny. Why is everyone so shiny? Look at this, they're glistening. They're glittery. What is this? I can see their pores and they look like if I touched them, they would be so moist, like a frog. Everyone is frog people now. Video games have frog people and they're here to stay, I guess. Number 11. Every game has hacking minigames and they're all like the same. They're all like, oh, you gotta match the colors to the other colors, or you gotta find out the secret word by rotating the sticks. You just rotate the 2 sticks and it tells you the password, just like in real hacking. They always have a little hacking Game Boy that like, it's got like little symbols on it and you gotta like press the right symbols. It's like a little Simon Says game. Even in like the really shitty like network cop shows, the hacking is better than it is in these games. There's that famous clip where he's like typing on like 3 keyboards and like you hear all the little noises and there's like 5 screens and he's like, I'm hacking, I'm getting all the passwords, I'm posting all the apology videos to YouTube.
Oh, you are good, but I am better.
Cat videos? That doesn't seem like Locksat. Who would do that?
We're about to find out.
It's moving too fast.
Oh, this is not good. You're using our connection to the Infus database. Sever it.
I can't. It's a point attack.
Even that, I imagine, is closer to reality than these like WarioWare micro games. No one likes these hacking mini games. Quick reminder, art is subjective. These are all my opinion. And if you don't like it, that's fine. That's fine. Have a discussion. Talk in the comments. Have a little discussion down there in the comments.
Number 36.
Objectives in general, just, I don't know. They bother me. I guess I'm just really hard to please. I don't know. Why is there a little note on the top left of the screen saying, kill all the bad guys? I know I gotta kill all the bad. You don't need to tell me to kill all the bad guys. There's a little dot that says, you gotta go this way, you gotta go here. And like, I'll figure it out. There's really only one way to go and I'll figure it out, thank you. I would like the ability to at least turn that off in a lot of games. Or even have it off by default, because I think as the player, you pay more attention to the world of the game when there's not a little dot telling you this is the way to go. If you look at something like Half-Life 2, the map is linear, but it looks like there are a lot of places you can go. But as the player, it is your instinct to go in the direction that seems the most interesting. And I think that the developers do a really good job of making the path forward look interesting enough to attract your attention. So there you go, that's 10 things I hate about you, modern AAA video game developers. who are watching this video. I don't know if you could tell, but this video was not scripted. I want to maintain a weekly upload schedule, and in order to do that, some of the videos will be, I don't want to say lower quality, but worse. And also make sure to subscribe and make sure to hit that bell icon, and I will come to your house and kiss you on the forehead. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I love you. I love all my fans, my supporters. I couldn't do this without you. My dozens of viewers. I want to give each and every one of you a little forehead kiss. I would if I could. Absolutely, I would if I could. If there wasn't a pandemic, I would. And that is a threat. Goodbye.